All right. Hello and welcome to hopefully quick tutorial on um, getting Autosplitter to work using a FXPak Pro or SD2SNES Pro or whatever you happen to have. You're on original Super Nintendo console. Um, so just for reference, I have my Super Nintendo set up down there, the console somewhere, and there's my CRT. So that is what this tutorial is for. Having that set up, but getting Autosplitter to work with LiveSplit. Um, so a couple things that you'll need to have if you don't already have them, and I'll put the links for this stuff in the description. Um, but you're going to need you're going to need the beta firmware for your flash card, your FXPak Pro. It's 11.0, I think, right now, and it will look like this. So I'll put the link for the description of this. Right here is the download here, version 1.11.ob1.zip. This is the one that you want. So you want to have this firmware installed properly on your FXPak Pro. I will not be going into that because there are other way better tutorials for doing that for your FXPak Pro. So definitely Google those. I'll see if I can put one of those, the one that I used, in the description as well if you need a tutorial for that. But once you have the the beta firmware, by the way, it says use at your own peril, but this thing's been out for probably a year and some change, I think. Don't quote me on that, but it's been out for a long time, and almost there's a huge chunk of people using this. I've been using it for a while, and it's perfectly stable. I'm surprised they don't have this out of beta yet. So don't be scared. This is fine. So yeah, download this, install this on your FXPak Pro properly, and then once you're done with that, you're going to come and get a program called QUSB2SNES. So I'll put the link for this page here. You can just snag the zip file, download that by clicking on this link here. I've already done that today, so I'm not going to click on it again. But once you get that, download that to your PC, and then you're also going to need the Autosplitter LiveSplit component file, and you'll actually need. I guess this tutorial is specific to Super Metroid in these particular files, but I'm sure there are other files out there for different games. This one is a link to the past JSON here as well. So if you're looking to do this for other games that aren't Super Metroid or Link to the Past, you'll have to kind of look at what these JSONs are, and you'll have to talk to somebody to get memory locations for the games that you're looking for in order to be able to autosplit with them. But we're going to be talking about Super Metroid in this tutorial, so you'll need this. So you can just click on this, and it'll download this DLL file, this JSON file for Super Metroid, and if you play Link to the Past, go ahead and snag that one, this sort up JSON file as well. So, like I said, I've downloaded the firmware, the QUSB2SNES program, and the files I need for the Autosplitter. So I'm going to go ahead and close this, and we're going to bring up LiveSplit, and um, we're going to run the QUSB2SNES program. Some of the stuff I've already done. I've already installed QUSB2SNES, but when you first install that, it'll pop up a little window that says, "Hey, what do you want to run QUSB2SNES for?" And it'll ask you FXPak Pro or SNES 9X, or like, are you running on emulator? So just pick the one that says FXPak Pro, and it'll actually look very similar to this window here. So here's a QUSB2SNES icon. When you're running it, this will be in your system tray. If you go up to devices, you'll see these things down here. So we've got enable SD2SNES / FXPak Pro support. This is the one that you want to have set to be enabled. These other things here are for different, like if you have a SNES Classic, this one is for that. These are emulator, but this is the one that you want to have set up. And so when you turn on your FXPak Pro and you run this QUSB2SNES program, you won't see anything pop up again unless it's your first time running it and you get this little "what are you running this for?" But after that, you won't really see anything happen. It'll run, and all of a sudden it'll be down here in your system tray. So now that we have QUSB2SNES installed, and you've installed it, and now you've double clicked it, and you've started to run this program. When you right click here, when you go up to devices, you should see, um, well, you should see this like SD2SNES COM sum number. You won't see this LiveSplit Autosplitter yet. I already have it running, so that's why it says that for me. But we'll get to that point. But you should see some sort of like connection for COM something here, and this is letting you know that QUSB2SNES has detected your FXPak Pro, because right now your FXPak Pro is turned on and it's hooked up with the USB cable that probably came with it, and that cable is plugged into your computer. So your computer and your FXPak Pro are currently talking to each other, and that's what this says. If it has something here, then it's saying we've established a connection. We can send and receive data from your computer to your FXPak Pro. So once that says that, and we're good to go, again, it won't say LiveSplit Autosplitter, but we'll get to that point. Once we've established a connection, we can back out of the QUSB2SNES little section there, and we will want to go into LiveSplit, because those files that we downloaded, let's bring them onto screen here. My son Ridley is looking for some help with his Switch. One player, yeah, Booba, because this is a one player game. And I'm gonna help you in just a second, okay? Let me finish what I'm doing. All right. Yeah, that's my son Ridley. Um, but so these are all the files that we downloaded in the beginning here. This is the DLL file, the LiveSplit USB2SNES DLL. These are the two JSONs. We won't need to mess with these JSONs yet. We just need this LiveSplit DLL file. So we want to shove that into our LiveSplit components folder. And so if you don't know where your LiveSplit is, you just have the like little um, whatchamacallit, the little shortcut here. If you right click that and just go to properties, you could probably go to open file location. But if you're in the properties window as well, there's also this button here that says open file location. So if you click that, it will hopefully bring up your LiveSplit, where your LiveSplit program lives. So now this is the exe that you run for LiveSplit. You want to go up to the components folder way up here, double click that to go in there, and you'll see a bunch of these DLLs, DLL. These are all the components for things that you can add to your splits when you're editing your layout. If you look down here, I've already shoved this USB2SNES splitter DLL that we have down here. I've already put it in here. That's why mine is already currently working. But all you would do is just click and drag this and just copy it to this components folder. I'm not going to do that again. But yeah, that's where you want this file to live. So you just shove it into your LiveSplit components folder. And once you've done that, you probably want to restart LiveSplit, or if you don't have it started up yet, then you can just run the program to open up LiveSplit here. So we put our DLL inside LiveSplit, and we've started running QUSB2SNES, and we have that running here. Okay, you're gonna be okay. You're all right. There's no bleeding. Okay, you're good. So now what we want to do is tell LiveSplit that we want to do auto splitting. So in order to do that, once you have LiveSplit open, you're going to right click and you're going to go to Edit Layout. And here is where you decide what is going to be in your layout. Um, and you'll see I have added this USB2SNES auto splitter. But if I hadn't already added that, all you would do is you would go up to this plus and you would go over to Control. And normally you wouldn't have seen this here, but since we put the DLL inside of our components LiveSplit folder, this is now something that you can add. So you would just click that, so Control USB2SNES Auto Splitter, you would select that and it would pop that right in here. Once that is in, you want to go to Layout Settings, and now you'll see this USB2SNES Auto Splitter tab that you can do the settings for. So if you click on that, again, mine will look different than yours if you're doing this for the first time because I've already set all of this stuff up. But you want to make sure that your device is recognized here. Again, that is the same. That's the same device that mine says it's COM3. That's the same device that was over here in the devices section, SD2SNES COM3. So that is what we want to detect here. You don't have to type this in. You can just hit this auto detect button. And as long as QUSB2SNES is talking to your FXPak Pro properly, you can just hit auto detect and it'll just pop it right in there. This config file will usually be empty, but that is that JSON that we downloaded along with our LiveSplitter DLL. We had the Super Metroid JSON and the link to the past JSON. So you would just click this button and browse to wherever you put your JSON file that you downloaded. Let's see. I put mine. I mean, I don't need to do this again because I already put it in there, but here's where the JSON file you're looking for is. You would just double click that and it'll pop that in right here. These two options are something that you can put on for preference if you want to. This one will allow you to hit reset, like, oh man, my run sucks. I want to reset. I want to start over. And you hit reset on LiveSplit. It should, I haven't tried this yet, but it should also automatically reset your console, which is kind of cool. This show status message, I would not uncheck this because this tells you when things are going smoothly or when things are going wrong with your auto splitter and LiveSplit. And I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. So you'll notice it's kind of subtle, but right down here underneath my timer, there's a little green bar right underneath. Yours probably will not look like that normally, but this is the kind of the UI of the auto splitter. It's just letting you know, hey, I'm here, I'm on, green light, I'm working, you're good to go. You can start your run and I will keep track of your splits for you. Now, if that was not working properly, you would see some sort of status message here telling you what's going wrong. So in order to see what that looks like, because yours will probably say something right here because you haven't set up any of your splits yet. So what this is doing, I'm just going to hit OK here so I can show you what this looks like when we don't have everything set up. This auto splitter is has a list of like all the Super Metroid things you could possibly split. This information comes from that JSON. So once you have that JSON up in here, you should now have the ability to like populate your split with the actual split. You'll notice a lot of the things that I've named here aren't the exact names of things that are in the splits. Like bombs and bombs are the same. So it has automatically detected, oh, this split that you called bombs matches the same string that we have for an actual split in the game called bombs. So we're just going to plug that in for you. But since you just had the abbreviated version of charge beam, you just said charge, we don't know what you're talking about. So you're going to have to open this and find what kind of charge you want. Charge beam missiles, charge beam, what are you talking about? And in this case, I'm talking about charge beam, so I'll just select charge beam. Once you go and fill out every single split with what your actual splits are called, so you can link them to the correct memory location so it knows exactly when you want to auto split, you should get this green bar here. If you don't have everything set up, so let's do a little experiment here. So if I took my splits and I said I want a new split, insert above. I want this to be, um, let's see, like series complete or something like that. All right, and I say, okay, cool, because I want to know how long it took me to get through series and back. Sweet. You know, you can put your icon or whatever, but we're just going to say, boom, series complete. So now I have this new split, but now this isn't a green bar anymore. This says, yo, configuration error. Layout settings for USB2SNES Autosplitter. You better check those because there is something wrong in your splits. We don't know. You put this new split in here. We don't know where you actually want to split because we don't have anything that matches this name series complete in our JSON file. So if you were going to go fix this or set it up properly, you would go back to Edit Layout. We already have our splitter in there, so we would just go back to layout settings over here, and you'll notice you got this little X. You have the little error message that actually tells you exactly what splits you need to go fix. So the one that says series complete that we just made is over here, and it doesn't have the anything set to it. So we're going to go in here. I'm going to look for series. A lot of the time you can find the split you're looking for. Sometimes it's not exactly called what you would normally call it. So sometimes you have to go hunting a little bit. But this one looks like what we want, series escape. So I'm going to click series escape. Now the X goes away. This message turns back into say, oh, cool, we're ready. And it'll actually hide after 3 seconds of showing that it's ready. Now we're back to a green bar. We hit OK. And everything is hunky-dory. So at this point, you are good to go. I'm going to go down to my Super Metroid vanilla file here in my FXPak Pro. By the way, this is a little self promotion here, but this like Brinstar themed FXPak Pro SD2SNES theme is one of the ones I made. I've done a whole bunch of them for Super Metroid, so if you're interested in checking out the other ones I have, like I have a Meridian one and some Norfair ones and a Green Brinstar and all that stuff, I'll put a link. I just have them up in a public location, so if you want to make your stuff look fancy and you love Super Metroid like me, you can check out those. All the files are in there for different types of flashcards. Anyway, that'll be in the description as well. But yeah, we're going to open up Super Metroid. You notice nothing has started yet over here, but I'm going to show you. Hopefully that's not too loud. Let me turn this down a little bit. All right. So yeah, here we go. I'm going to create a nice fresh file. And you'll notice, like I'm showing you my hands, right? I'm not touching LiveSplit. I'm not touching the mouse, the computer. I'm just going to hit start game. And you'll notice my timer is now going, right? And it's a good thing we did the series complete one so we can show the actual split here. So we're just going to go through series, la-di-da. I'm going to go say what up to Ridley, not my son, but the dragon. And we'll see what kind of series time we can get out of this and to make sure our split is working here. Man, my hands are cold. Good thing I'm not actually doing a run. I hate cold hands. The baby. The baby. All right. Oh, no deboost. Sad times. All right. 85. Let's go. What if we get like our series PB in this tutorial? 5217. Yeah, that's pretty high up there. Oh, no deboost. Eh, not not I was close to our series PB. But hey, look, our split auto split series complete. Took us a minute and 29. It's showing gold because it's a new split that we've never done before, and boom, and there you go. Um, that's how all this here stuff works, and auto splits are awesome. If you haven't tried them, definitely check them out. Like they just it's a game changer. I mean, some people still like the kinetic smashing of the space bar and whatever, but I find auto splits to be super duper awesome. So the other two things I'll say before I stop this tutorial is if you run into like a ton of issue or different issues that aren't covered here or we haven't talked about, there's a Discord for QUSB2SNES. There's just the Super Metroid speedrunning Discord where there's a tech channel and people ask questions about all this stuff all the time. And yeah, so I'll put all the information for those Discords and stuff in the description. And yeah, happy speed running and happy auto splitting. Peace.